Hell, it's been several months since I posted last, and man, I have attempted to make one last comparison, just picking between the Lift-x, the Rx-9, and my little Mach 30. And the reason I'm having so much problems with it, to be honest with you, is between that Lift-x and that Rx-9, there's not a lot of difference in groupings at distance, and I don't know how many kill zones I've shot out of this elk, 3 or 4 of them with these two bows. In fact, I ended up with a new string on the Lift-x just because I was getting a little more peak rotation, and I fought it with some of the normal techniques that we use with a string up above and a few other things. But I finally just put a new Rogue string on it and shot it before I put that peep in. But anyway, listen, if you're trying to pick this year between the Lift-x and the Rx-9, this is what I want to tell you. You can't go wrong with either one. And that's really the bottom line. And even the Mach 30, the little PSE for that matter. But now my groupings are much tighter at distance with the Hoyt and the Mathews over the last couple of months and over the last few thousand shots. And it's not much. And one thing that I do notice on the and have noted in my notes is on the Mach 30, when I shoot a flyer with it, in other words, one where I lose concentration, or I really flinch, or make a major mistake, I pull much more than on the lift than the Rx-9, which is just absolutely amazing how tight and uniform the groups have been between these two. And I've tried to measure them. I've tried a couple of different techniques to try to prove to you guys that there's a discernible difference, and there's not. So if you want to save a little bit of money, all you Mathews fanboys, I completely understand, because I am a Hoyt fanboy. The lift shoots great. It's dead in the hands. It's just as fast. It's aluminum, and it's cheaper. Enough said. But for me, I will be sitting in hopefully Kansas and Illinois with the Rx-9 and the little Mach 30 as my backup. I do shoot the Rx-9. I feel a little bit better at long distances. I'm just more comfortable with that platform. I like the draw a little bit better. I just do. And I'm to the point where in my old age, I like the warm feel with the carbon, and I have had the Rx-7, the Rx-8, the Rx-9, and at this point in my life, I just love the feel of carbon. So, I may or may not keep the Lift-x. I've been kind of toying with selling it and keeping the Mach 30 as my backup, and then if something new comes out next year, then I might, spring and see what between Mathews and Hoyt. I don't know what they would do, but that's it, guys. 10,000 shots out of both of them. My groups are so similar, it's just ridiculous. Whole different topic on the sights though. So I got the Booney Spot Hog, and I got the Arxos, or the new dialed sight, and the standard Montana Black Gold dual. And there are some things between those sights that I will always kind of lean toward for being in a tree stand, and it's just at dark. The Montana Black Gold pins just light up. They just do. And so I will probably take the Montana Black Gold sight and switch it over to my Hoyt, or maybe even trade that dialed sight for another Montana Black Gold, just like on my Mach 30, because that will be my backup bow, and then that way if something happens I can switch them out easily. So that's probably what I'll do. All great sights, no issues with them. It's just some personal preference on that. But it's been a little while, and I was hoping that I was going to be able to show and prove a clear winner, but in this day and age, guys, I think we all are. So drop your comments, let me know what I should be looking for, if I could differentiate between the two, or if I could help somebody decide. Just let me know. See ya.